Hello and welcome to an all-new DC Cast Explosion OX Hub for discussing all things DC Comics related. Please talk about everything happening in Metropolis, Gotham and beyond. I'm your host, Hobley. Join me today, Dylan Blight.
Happy to be here. So it's talking about Superman.
Yes, we are talking about Superman because we're about to talk about the official trailer for James Gunn's Superman. But Dylan, question without notice. Who are you, beside the titular character, you're excited to see in Superman?
I'd say my head goes to Lex as like probably my actual answer, but if not him, then Green Lantern.
I mean, me too. Those are the two ones that come straight to the forefront. But after seeing the trailer, I'm also excited to see Lois Lane in this. You know, who has maybe not been the strongest element of some of the Superman movies. So, but yeah, let's dive into talking about the trailer.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for what some might.
A lot of fire,
it's a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny?
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of the United States.
I wasn't representing anybody except for me.
Around the world.
And doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die. Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Of course, we're talking about Superman, directed by James Gunn, written by James Gunn, starring David Corenswet, Rachel Brosnahan, Nicholas Hoult, Edie Gathke, Anthony Carrigan, Nathan Fillion, and Isabella Merced. Dylan, what do you think of this official trailer?
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so keen. And I'm so glad it's not that far away. The one thing that I was thinking at the end of the trailer was just how it's so good looking and vibrant at the same time. Like there's so many daytime scenes and like obviously close up cameras on him flying and other people and whatever else. Like it just looks so good and they're not hiding any of it with, you know, you hide special effects by doing it in the dark usually. Yeah. But yeah, it's such a the trailer obviously starts with him getting interviewed by Lois, so we have and then you get the confirmation that as soon as the movie starts, we're already past the whole part of their relationship. You know, they know she knows he's Superman, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, and then already one moment where I'm already like, that was pretty cool. It's just that him, we've already talked about in the Superman rewatches the changing of stance between Clark and Superman, the change of voice between Superman and Clark was cool to see or hear as well. But yeah, and then just the whole world, I think, and I really need to watch Peacemaker and so I can get ready for season 2 and whatever else, because I mean, even seeing like Frank Grillo, and I know that he's supposed to be in the next season or whatever, and just I know it's sort of be like I should just be focusing on the one movie, but just already seeing like this larger DC world in this one trailer is exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this. I think we kind of had an idea what the plot was going to be for the movie, and this one kind of has not made me question what we're going to see. Maybe a little bit more. Like people had already theorized the beat for beat how the movie was going to play out. This one kind of like, oh, maybe it's going to be go in different directions than you would expect. Love the opening with him interviewing, and obviously, you know, him talking about him stop like the American government being upset that he went and stopped a war, and like how crazy that is within the current politics. Like, what if Superman just went over the castle right now? What would How would the American
This-
government react?
This is what would happen. Is Lex president in this?
The way
Is
it
that
was
what we're
cut
saying?
implied,
Yeah,
but I don't think
implies
so.
it is.
But also, like his assistant, the machinist or whatever, I believe, who he's walking into the Fortress of Solitude in with, is like helping the army escort Superman somewhere.
Superman, yeah.
So yeah,
If he has Lex Luthor as the president in this movie, it's just, I mean,
I don't know, but we also
Much-
get that shot of him in Lex Corp in the last trailer. Remember, or Luthor
true,
Corp?
but he could
yeah,
he could be in both. You know,
that's true.
Trump goes and hangs out at
Trump
his
Tower all the time.
Trump Tower all the time. You know, so
Or Mar-a-Lago, sorry.
yeah, might like it there.
But yeah, I mean, we get lots of interesting snippets of different things. We get like you said, this world feels very lived in already, despite being like kind of the first big action or big historic thing with like obviously we haven't talked about here because it was before we started, but the latest Peacemaker trailer having Hulk Girl and Guy Gardner in it as well, so and Frank Grillo, they're all pieces of this new universe that's kind of being set up. You get glimpses of a bunch of characters, and how much are they going to be involved in it? Don't know.
I was definitely thinking, not that I had to anyway because I'm behind on some stuff, but much as we always joke on here about if we turn something into content explosion network, it means I'm more likely to do it. But I'm definitely like, now that this podcast is actually live and it's out, when I saw you post the first episode the other day, I was like, God, I need to catch up on Creature Commandos and the freaking Peacemaker. So I can be on top of the all new DC cast world.
Yeah. Was it interesting? Like, I'm just like scrolling through, like there's that little snippet of Jimmy Olsen and Clark like celebrating the Daily Planet, like for a moment, you wouldn't catch, and then like Cat Grant like taking selfies in front of the building being destroyed, and then you got Superman saving people from the giant kaiju. So good. I don't know what else to say. It's so colorful and fun and like very comic booky.
That said, you know what, the most the line that I think hit the hardest and felt the most like real world to me, Lex Luthor saying Superman's not a Superman. He's not a he. It's
a they.
Superman's a it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's such a like from hatred, like he's an alien, Yeah,
he's
like,
but he's the center of the world's conversation. I can't have that. Kind of, it tells you exactly how he's going to be. Nick Colt's going to be playing Lex in this film, which is very interesting. But yeah, lots of fun. Great to see Mara and Park Kent. I think after the first trailer, we're all like, "Oh, maybe Mark Kent's like dead," like because we didn't see it all. This one, she's like, "Clean your shoes."
Yep.
Clean your boots. He's only got one suit. Yeah.
Well, I think yeah,
really interesting. So like, now it also adds context to like tiny bits that we saw in the other trailer, like the dude throwing stuff at Superman is like he's pretty upset that he stopped a war in the middle of Europe or whatever. Kind of weird. But yeah, I'm excited to see how it all comes together. All the different side characters, like the mini Justice League that we're kind of seeing with Mr. Terrific and all them. It's still got no idea what the giant glowing thing in the sky is.
At the end of the trailer,
Yeah,
the Green Lantern thing.
No. You know how there's the giant thing in the sky in the background of their apartment or whatever?
Yeah, it's Green Lantern. I assume.
I don't think so.
You sure? Let me look again. It just I was like, that's just like it's a Green Lantern sphere over something. Where am I going to?
Trying to find a shot.
Yeah, me too. It's near the end of the trailer, isn't it?
Yeah, about
144.
You're on 47 ish.
It's Green Lantern. Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know what he's. I don't know what the purple stuff is or whatever. Like but to me, it looks like a Green Lantern shield deflecting whatever
or grabbing
that other
something.
shit is.
It's a giant fist, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, Anything else?
Why Superman's having a moment to hug it out with Lois Lane when there's a big JSA war happening out there.
Yeah. I do love their chemistry and back and forth in that opening, and like Lois not backing down. Even though she's clearly knows Clark's position.
Yeah. She don't get to be the best reporter in the world without that sort of
question
attitude,
being kind of antagonistic, I guess.
Ain't going to win a Pulitzer that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else you want to discuss?
No, double thumbs up. Very keen.
I will say the one thing I didn't think was that great was the machinist, like with the saw hands in the fortress.
I didn't really. I don't know. I was too busy looking at.
Fortress.
Crypto just coming for
Crypto. Our boy Crypto.
Lex being in the Fortress of Solitude after just rewatching the original movies is funny.
But yeah. All right. Let us know what you thought of the official trailer for Superman by finding us on Blue Sky at explosionnetwork.com. Or find us on other social media at Explosion Pod. If you want to help us out here at All New DC Cast, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or in Podchaser that leaves 5 stars, and you can leave 5 stars, or just tell people about the show. And if you've enjoyed this episode, thought it was worth $1, head over to our cover page at explosionnetwork.com/supports. Thank you very much for listening. Of course, we have currently got our Superman rewatch happening at the moment, so check in on one of those and join us next time for another All New DC Cast.